Alderson here. Plot Whisperer. Sorry. Okay, so this is part of one of my series. Which one is it? Oh, I guess we'll call it the glossary. The Plot Glossary. So I'm giving a definition today. And I'm talking about antagonists versus protagonists. Because I'm doing Plot Ramo right now, which is in December. It's the International Plot Writing Month that follows up NaNoWriMo. So it's for people who end up with a lot of words and wonder, now what do I do? And we're right in the section of creating antagonists, or being aware in your story of all the different antagonists. And on Twitter, I'm getting a lot of comments from writers that are having some problems with identifying the antagonist in their story. So the definition is of a protagonist is that it's the person that's the most transformed in a story. And that's the main character. In East of Eden, the protagonist really shows up on the page seldom compared to some of the other characters, but he is the only character that transforms in that story. Every single other character at the end of the book, they're exactly the same as they were at the beginning. So the protagonist then is on this journey, and they're going after something, trying to achieve something in their life, internal or external. The antagonists are anything that interferes with that forward progress. And what's great about antagonists, I was thinking about it this morning on my walk, is it's sort of like that pinball machine thing, where you flip a flipper and the ball is coming down and it's about ready to get wherever it goes. I don't play this game, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But when you flip the flipper, it flicks the ball to have to go in a completely different direction. And that's what antagonists do. They sort of put a barrier up, a hurdle, a challenge. Somehow they make it so that the character can't go in the direction they were going, and they have to then spin and send the story into another direction. So the antagonist is anything or anyone or any outside or inside influence that prevents the protagonist from moving forward. You want to create as many antagonists as you can, because that's what causes the excitement. That's what challenges the protagonist to be, to find out where her strength really is. And that only comes about in conflict and with challenges and obstacles. And that's what the form of an antagonist is. So it can be another person, it can be an institution, it can be a belief system, it can be a, family members. Some of the greatest antagonists are really the people closest to you. And they're not doing it consciously. They're not trying to sabotage you. But when you're in your writing cave working and, your child comes in and says, oh, won't you play with me? That's a form of an antagonist. They're not consciously trying to antagonize you and make you not write that day. They're just trying to achieve their own goals. So you can think of anything that interferes with the protagonist's forward movement as an antagonist. Once you know that it's an antagonist, then you can develop that and make it richer and deeper and even more antagonistic, being aware of the role that they're playing in the story. And lots of characters can shapeshift. They can go between being an antagonist and being an ally, being a villain, and back and forth. So it's just something to think about in order to, in every scene, to have some sort of conflict or obstacles or something that keeps the pages moving for the reader, because there's some excitement on the page. So all of this is in all of my books, all of my plot books, the Plot Whisperer, the workbook. There's a new book coming out, a prompt book, which will prompt you every single day to write a novel from beginning to end. You'll get every single prompt you need to get a story that it's got all these elements in it. So thank you for coming, and check out my blog, The Plot Whisperer, for the Plot Ramo in December. Thank you.